Hello guys, this is Mason. In today's tutorial, we will keep going on from the previous lecture where we talked about what is the meaning of translation of a function itself and how we express that into the expressions and equations, something like that. So in the previous video, we talked about linear function and what is the differences of f of x versus f of x plus 3. Well, actually, I guided you that this is actually shifting or moving the linear function to along y-axis or x-axis, right? In this scenario, this is going to be, for x-axis, this is going to be -3, but y-axis is going to be +3. All of the previous value of the y is going to be added by 3, but for x-axis it's going to be subtracted by 3. For example, if we have 1, 1 coordinate, then this point A is shifted by something like 1 -3 and 1 +3 with the addition. That makes it -2, 4, right? So yeah, it was translation. But how would it be on the quadratic functions though? If you remember correctly, quadratic function, the general form of the quadratic function is going to be a to the x squared plus bx plus c, right? And what is the meaning of a and c? A was the slope of the axis, same as a linear function, but c is a y-intercept, right? So I think I'm going to make a very simple example, which is going to be something like this, which is x plus 1 and -1. This is a standard form. It's a little different. A and the parenthesis x negative p to the square and plus q4. And 4 in English, the vertex point is 꼭지점, which is p comma q here, right? So in this scenario, we have -1 comma -1 as a vertex point. And let's suppose this function is called as f of x. And what happens if we change it to x plus 2 and we call this as gx? This is the main topic that we are going to talk about today. So if I have to make the function down here, Cartesian coordinate, then the value of this is going to be -1 as a vertex point, and if we put 0 on the x, what is the value of y? Yeah, it's going to be 0, so it's going to be something like this, right? So go back to the translating this function. We have to, what do we have to do? Just simply we have to reshape or replace the original x value to x plus 2 inside of the parenthesis, and we just recalculate it, right? So this is going to be x plus 3 squared minus 1. Okay, so what does it change? What is it change? Which part has been changed to the g of x? So the g of x has a -3 comma -1 as a vertex point, and its slope is exactly the same. So actually what we are doing is translation, right? We are not changing the slope, we just make it exactly the same quadratic function, but with a different vertex point, which is going to be -3 from -1 comma 1 to -3 comma -1. So this new coordinate and new function is going to be something like that, right? Is it correct? Okay. Yeah, so in this case, what has been changed is actually, if we are going to talk about what is the x value that these two functions intercept along x-axis, which is y equals 0, we usually put y equals 0, and the previous function was x plus 1 to the square and negative 1 equals to 0. What is the root of this equation or function for f of x? In this case, it was negative 2 and 0, right? If we rewrite this equation by expanding it, then this is going to be this, right? Because we have negative 1. So if we factorize it correctly, then we get this. So the root of x is going to be 0 and negative 2. Okay, so the root of the equation of original function is actually meaning the x-intercept point with that function, right? Similar way, the gx is going to be kind of same, but the x point that meets y equals 0 will be shifted, right? In the negative direction. So in this case, if we rewrite the function again and then switch y to the 0, then this is going to be equation of x, and we have to solve this problem to find the root of this equation to make it true. Then expand it, something like this, right? And then x cubic, x squared plus 6x plus 2. Oh, this is going to be 8, right? Okay. So what is it going to be? We have to put negative 2 and negative 4 to factorize it, right? To perfectly factorize it, which is going to be x minus 2, x minus 4 equals 0. Okay, so in this case, the value of x has been changed, which is for f of x plus 2 or gx, the root of this is going to be x equals that was my mistake, I think. So it is going to be x equals minus 2, x equals minus 4. It's negative 2 and negative 2, negative 4. So the meaning of that one, again, in the quadratic form, actually, the original value was a 0 and 2, 0 and negative 2 pair has been changed to negative 2 and negative 4, which is going to be each part is just simply subtract by 2. So the value of the y was fixed as 0, and the x of that intercepts to get the key answer has been changed. This is the real meaning of the translation into quadratic form. Okay, so in the other lecture or tutorial, I think I'm going to make the transformation of the function itself, which is also involved by multiplying on the x, something like this: f of a x plus b. Okay, see you next time.